I have not seen South Carolina play, so I'm get started tonight. I'm sure we'll be able to get some stuff on them yet tonight and get started. Quick turnaround with the Thursday game, so guys are going to have to really get some things. And we're at the end of our quarter here, so we got a lot of academic things to take care of tomorrow. So it's going to be a real busy day tomorrow. And Tuesday, trying to get organized and get ready to go.
I don't know if they've ever played in Pittsburgh. Have you ever coached in Pittsburgh?
No. I haven't. I've been to Pittsburgh, but I've never coached there or played anybody there.
So last night was such an exciting night for you guys. How do you now refocus and kind of turn your attention to later on this week?
It's funny. We just talked about that. I told him, I said, the same that applied to the Arizona game. You got 5 minutes here to enjoy it. And then we move on to the next one. Give you a second there. South Carolina doesn't care, that we won the Pac-12. So it doesn't mean much. We just got to refocus, forget about that, and get ready for Thursday.
You each played Alabama and Florida A&M. That said, it's been a hot minute since you played either one of those teams, and roster-wise, you're a little bit different. Do you think? Are those because of the common opponents? Is there anything applicable there that will those be games you'll look at, or are you going to look at the more recent last five or so?
It'll be the last. Dante wasn't playing. We're just a lot different. At this time, and I'm sure they are. I'm sure they made progress and they feel like they're a much better team. But I know we're a much different team. With the people we've got now, and have to play a lot different way. So, but no, it'll be a challenge. They play in a great conference, Southeast Conference, and I'm sure it'll be a big challenge. And I almost forgot that Jermaine was there. So I had to give him a little hard time there. But no, it'll be a real tough game.
I say a lot has changed since he was there, but this is a bit of a full circle moment for him.
Oh, sure. No, sure. I mean, he spent 4 years there. It definitely will be.
What did it mean to have this watch party and have, Selection Sunday mean something once again to this program after a little bit of an absence?
Well, we missed it a couple of years. Yeah. And, after we had a pretty good stretch there, I guess we missed 18 because we went to NIT, and 20, obviously, we would have been in because, won the league that year, and Peyton had a great year. But, no, it never gets old. It does leave an empty feeling when you're not involved. So the guys were excited. They were really excited last night, and that's what I like seeing. I've had an opportunity to do this for a while, and we go to a tournament every now and then. But those guys, with the exception of Gabe was with us in 21, but Dante was hurt. It's good to see them all excited and, their first opportunity.
That lack of experience in the NCAA tournament on your roster, does that matter one way or the other?
Well, it can, but can't worry about it. You go play and see how well you can do. But, we got some experience. We're playing some freshmen. We're playing a couple guys, Bam and Cario, Brennan, who haven't been in that situation, Mo. So, yeah, it's not a squad that's used to this kind of situation. But again, the finals of the conference tournament, the last two nights, they've been pretty pressure-packed. Beat UCLA and Arizona and Colorado in 3 nights, and there's plenty of pressure there, so they're tournament ready.
In Vegas, 3 games, Mo, Cario, and Brennan, all different points gave you stuff. How big of a boost is that for your bench and collectively, individually for those 3 guys?
Well, we're going to need them. If we're going to make a little run here, we've got to get more contributions from our bench, and we can't depend on Dante to go 12 for 12 every night. So again, everybody's going to have to make some kind of contribution, and everybody's going to have to be ready to go.
There are commonalities in terms of how you adjusted at the end of the 19 season in this, other than having to win your way in. I get that. That's going to be the easy part. But I'm talking more about Jermaine being more the ball dominant one, and his numbers align, assist turnover and number of shots align a lot with what Peyton did at the end of that 19 season in terms of just being that much more ball dominant, taking that many more shots compared to the 5 or 10 games before that.
Well, I told him if he's going to take that many shots, he's going to have to hit a few more. Otherwise, we're going to have to give it to Dante a little bit more. But he did have 8 assists, 1 turnover last night. And, definitely, we didn't turn it over. And here when we played him here, the two, Colorado, when we played him here, the 2 stats that stuck out were just points off turnovers. We gave them layups on turnovers, and then they killed us on the boards. And we did get those 2 things cleaned up. We only had 3 turnovers, and we only were down 2 on the boards. I think we were down 6 at half, so second half we did a little better job. So, again, hopefully we'll handle the ball like that, because turnovers a big part of any game. I know we got to rebound even with our lack of size on the wings, and that we got to rebound the ball, and we can't depend just on Dante. So it'll be a big challenge for us. But comparing this team to the 19 team,
No, and that team,
Yeah,
Bull got hurt after 5 games,
yeah,
and they were
yeah.
a stronger defensive team the whole time. But I'm talking more about how the stretch changed, where
Yeah,
if there
no,
was
no.
something that changed, it was that Peyton became that much more, and Lou took off, and other things.
Lou played good, and Paul played really good, and then Ehab came off the bench and really played well. So I mean, everybody just picked it up a little bit, and we're going to need that same thing. Like I said, we can't depend on Dante to do that every night, and Jackson hit some key shots. KJ's going to have to be a little more physical on the boards and give us a little more. I thought Bam did a good job of getting us some loose balls yesterday, which really helped us. So, but everybody's going to have to step it up a little bit, and if they do, then we'll just go sing away and see if we can make something happen.
Dante said there's more in the tank that he needs to do. Is this just the best stretch of basketball, though, that you've seen him play?
Oh, yeah. No. He, like I said, we've struggled shooting the ball from the perimeter, and he's been our saving grace. He has really played well offensively, defensively, just such a presence in there. And so, no, I love the way he's playing, and, we're riding him pretty good right now. I told you guys a week ago, he asked me if we had a chance, and I said, well, we got Dante. We have a chance. And I was right about one thing anyway. So he really played well.
In Vegas, you talked about the conference ending and having to adapt to a bunch of different things. One of those things is going to be the portal opening for the first time tomorrow. Just how do you balance the portal edition and preparing for this season as well?
Well, myself and one of the assistants will work on South Carolina, and the other guys will be on the phone, taking calls and seeing, and like I said, we're not going to be in any rush. We got to figure out who wants to be here, and agents are so involved now. It's a different time. And as I mentioned, though, I want guys that want to be at Oregon. We'll try to take care of them, but if they don't want to be here and go through the ups and downs and be part of the team, it's kind of hard to be successful, I think. And so, yeah, we've got to get a certain level of talent, but they got to be all in and want to be here and want to work with our staff and go to class, do all those things you hope they want to do. And that's why I'm so proud of like Jermaine and Dante. They're both going to graduate. They both really worked at it and didn't take anything for granted. So, and those are the guys that are going to be successful. The guys that weather the storm and go through the adversity. And so, again, whether it's somebody we're bringing in from the portal, we want to make sure they want to be here, or anybody that's staying, we want to make sure they want to be here.
Any thoughts on being on the same side of the bracket as Creighton?
Yeah, I didn't like seeing that. I don't know whether it's my ego or what, but I still feel a big part of it, and I cheer for those guys. I got so many friends in Omaha, and I followed them every game. So Greg's done a great job. I mean, they're good, and they've been good. And so we know if we're fortunate enough to win the first one, that Akron will, that MAC, you always got to worry about them. They're always tough. But if we do play Creighton, it like I said, I love the school. I love the people. 16 years, when I leave here, I'll have the same thoughts about the University of Oregon. The way I've been treated, people been great. But 16 years at a place, you still got strong feelings for it. And again, Greg's done an unbelievable job. They're really good, and I hope we're fortunate enough to play them, but it will be tough.
With Stubbs having the time to show up in Vegas, is there any ability to add him as a consultant or something here for the next couple of weeks?
Well, we're still talking a lot, and but I was really glad to, he called and said, "Hey, I'm going to come watch you guys. I want to be part of it." And like I said, he was such a big part of our program for 11 years. So I love Tony's work ethic. He's a heck of a basketball coach. And I hope he feels this is the right fit for him, because I'd really like to work with him again. You take a chance saying that publicly, because then if he doesn't come, you look like a fool. But I don't care. I mean, I am a fool, so what the hell? But I'm just saying he's really good. And whatever he decides to do, he's going to be really successful, because he works his tail off, and he is a basketball guy. And so I hope he feels, that this is the right fit for him. And if he does, I'd love to work with him again.
Didn't know if you could turn into the portal czar for you while the postseason's going, kind of thing.
Oh, that's a new position we might have to think of, So.
Is there any chance Key can be healthy at all?
No. He's, he hadn't done any running or anything. And he's in the training room before the selection show working on it. But he still has a ways to go.